we're live
Sort of.
almost.
Oh, well, wrong,
Gotta
wrong.
gotta go live on Instagram. Good.
We are live action.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for joining us today. Hope your Monday's going or is off to a great start. And if you don't already, please like and subscribe to our channel. That way you get all this information. You can share this information, provide us feedback, leave us comments. And as always, if you have questions today that pertain to the topic we're talking about, please write them in
Yes, please do.
and we will work on addressing them throughout or towards the end. Okay. I love this one.
What is it?
I love all of them, but I love this one because I love talking about the gut.
Oh, you do?
I do because it's a very misunderstood, I guess, generally misunderstood topic.
Yes.
And we've talked about this before, but I feel like we can always talk about the gut in some kind of a different direction. So we're going to focus on that today, the gut-body connection. I think before we did like the gut-brain connection, but it is so much more than just the gut-brain. Like we've known that the gut is kind of termed like your second brain, but it goes so much further beyond. So we're doing the gut-body connection. Title is Why Your Digestion Impacts Your Brain, Liver, Hormones, and More. Okay, so I would ask you right now, when you think about the gut, what's like the first thing you think about? I'm just gonna ask you.
Reflux. I think of people taking drugs for it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think of people
I
taking
don't think.
PPIs
Okay.
for it.
Okay.
I just think people get crazy with the meds trying to treat gut dysbiosis
Or
or imbalances.
should I say this? If you had to think about the gut real quick, what would you just think the main role is?
Digestion. of
Okay,
course.
there we go.
Yeah.
Digestion. So
Yeah,
when
yeah.
most people think about the gut, that was the word I wanted.
Yeah.
When most people think about the gut, they think about digestion,
Right.
about your bloating, your gas, your bathroom habits, right? That's when we talk about the gut. Basically, when you go to a GI doc, that's what they're asking you. Like, how's your digestion? How do you get bloated, gas? Do you go to the bathroom regularly? What's your stool like? Those are your questions. But what if I told you your gut is actually controlling your brain, your hormones, your immune system, even how well your body detoxes? These are much bigger things and questions that are never asked. So today I want to try to help connect the dots because if your gut is off, everything is off.
Yeah.
And you might notice that feeling that when you have a stomach ache, it kind of shuts your whole body down.
Yeah.
It really does.
Sure it does.
It just kind of takes over. So it's a very powerful system. Okay, so we're gonna start with like reframing gut health. So if you want to think about this, our gut, think about it as like the command center, right? Not just digestion. This guy here is the command center. It controls brain function, hormones, immune systems, detox pathways. It's not just, your gut is not just a system. So it's not like your digestive system. It's a communication hub for your entire body. It's kind of like fires off all different directions. And I want to go through the major gut connections. So like we said, we did the gut brain. Okay, so we'll just, and when I say we did it, the trainings are always available to you guys. So just make sure you go on our YouTube channel and you will see every training that we've ever done. And you'll learn a lot, I promise you. Okay, so, and I always say too, you don't need to sit and watch us because a lot of times we don't have time to sit and watch someone. We're not really showing you anything. It's just what we're talking about. So put it in your ear, go for a walk, drive in your car, whatever it is. It's great educational stuff. Okay. Brain. 90% of the serotonin is made in the gut. You want to elaborate on that with the brain? I mean, we say that a lot. Right. We say that all the time. It impacts your serotonin, impacts your mood, anxiety, focus, brain fog, which is a big one.
Manufactured, but also stored, primarily stored, right?
Okay.
And that's a big part of the serotonin piece. As one of the main neurotransmitters, the affects mood.
Right.
Like you can definitely contribute or attribute a lot of gut imbalances to some type of mood imbalance, right?
Right. Yeah. I would say, so let's tie this into real life. So the relationship here, like, say somebody is having, starting to suffer from depression, right? And they go to their doctor and they're like, look, doctor, talking about all their symptoms. And the doctor's like, you sound like you're depressed. Let's get you on some medication, but you can't fix the brain without addressing the gut. So like before we jump to that, it doesn't mean that that's not going to be the answer that's going to help you. But before we jump to that, you want to address like the root cause. Let's take care of your gut. Like, all right, what are you taking? You're taking a probiotic. Are you consuming enough fiber? How's your diet? We really need to like take a step back, right? So that's really where your gut brain connection is. And then your gut immune system. You've heard us say this too, right? 70-80% of your immune system
Yep.
lives in your gut.
Yep.
That's a big deal. So if you have poor gut health, you get inflammation and you get sick all the time. So if you're getting sick all the time, you're wondering what is going on, let's go back and address gut health. And again, when I say that the gut is not just about digestion and bloating and gas and bowel movements. So you can't just assume because you feel okay in that department. No, I don't have bloating or gas, and I go to the bathroom 1 to 2 times a day, and everything seems very normal. That doesn't necessarily mean the bacteria are balanced properly, right? So you do need to make sure what's going on there. And if you ever question it, I mean, there are what is it? Is it GI maps? GI maps is like a really wonderful test that your functional medical or lifestyle medicine doctor can do for you. It's of course out of pocket expense, but tells you a lot. Your poop tells you a lot. So there's your gut and immune system connection. And then the gut and liver. I feel like with the emails that I get from our customers asking about what can I do for this, the liver is a very major point of topic.
For sure.
I've got this going on with my liver. I'm in this, whatever it is, or fatty liver, whatever's going on.
Yeah. Fatty liver, even in children now.
Right. Yeah. It's very sad.
Yeah, it's very
So we need to, with the gut liver, you need to start connecting the bigger picture, right? So everything absorbed in the gut goes directly to the liver, right? So there's a big connection there.
Yep,
the liver's job,
Yep.
then the liver's job is to filter toxins,
Yep.
process hormones, and support detox pathways.
Sure.
Very big jobs.
Oh yeah. Huge.
So
liver's a big worker.
Huge.
Yeah.
So your liver can only detox what your gut properly processes. So think about that. I'll say it again. Your liver can only detox what your gut properly processes. So if you want your liver to be working at its best, optimized and being able to detox and do everything like I just said, filter toxins, process hormones, support detox pathways, you have to be addressing the gut. And this ties right into, and I just said two process hormones, this ties right into the gut hormone liver detox connection. And I feel like this is one I actually really wanted to highlight for the most part because we talk about the immune system a lot. We talk about the brain health.
Oh yeah.
And we understand about detox and relationship, or we talk about it a lot. But I want to pull in how the hormones really are into there as well as the liver, this whole little thing. So like a step-by-step explanation, just to help you guys understand a little better, is hormones, now especially estrogen.
Sure.
And you'll see this a lot in females, well, men too, with estrogen dominance, right? But do you normally see it with men most if they have if they're on hormone?
Typically on PRT, because then they have more than they can, and it converts to estrogen.
Okay. Yeah. So still another thing that, always need to be careful of. But
Yeah.
with hormones, especially estrogen, and I most think about females because we do get a lot of times the estrogen dominance, and then you get very symptomatic when this happens. But your hormones are processed by the liver. So the liver packages all these hormones for elimination and sends them to the gut. The gut's job is to eliminate them through your stool. Now, if this connection is off, if this is not happening, okay, your hormones going to your liver and your liver going to your gut and your body excreting them, this is when we get this excessive hormonal buildup, right? Or estrogen dominance typically is what it's referred to. So what happens with a poor gut in this whole connection? So let's think our gut microbiome, right? So we have all these bacteria.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. Not just bacteria, but sure.
Right. Lots of, but focusing here on the microbiome and your bacteria and how you want it to be balanced, right? We want the right balance of the good. Also,
well, there's bad, but it's suppressed, right?
Right.
They become opportunistic when you do something to disrupt the balance, right?
Sure.
So you have all types of good and bad pathogenic and good healthy bacteria in your stomach, including yeast and viruses.
Right. So if your gut if your microbiome is imbalanced, the harmful bacteria produce enzymes that reactivate estrogen instead of eliminating it.
Gotcha.
So this was something I was kind of doing a deeper dive when I was doing my research. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So your bad bacteria in there produce enzymes. Well, you know this in beta glucuronidase.
Yeah, sure.
So the harmful bacteria will produce that typically. And that reactivates the estrogen instead of eliminating it, and then it's back in that circle, right? And estrogen just builds up. So again, that's having a imbalanced microbiome. So again, like I said, the estrogen gets reabsorbed back into circulation. So what does this create? Now, women, I'm just going to speak to you on this because I feel like we relate to this so much. Okay, we get our hormone imbalance. What happens there? Weight gain. Where? Especially around the belly.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like horrible for us. We hate it. PMS, right? Your perimenopause symptoms. These like are escalated. And I've had a point where I can tell when my estrogen gets too high. I know 100% the certain symptoms that come into play. And I will say our hormonal balance has been amazing for me. Just slide that one in there.
Yeah.
And we get inflammation. So very nasty things that can happen with if we're not addressing, again, going back to our gut to make sure it is actually helping the liver and do what it's supposed to do and excreting our hormones. And just to pull in why I brought in detox, because we talk about detoxing all the time.
Sure.
We not just us, like everybody wants to detox. What is this little detox program? Or you see these like juice cleanses that are like these 3-day detoxes. They're marketing for this, marketing for that, all over social media. Excuse me. But if your gut isn't eliminating, you're not detoxing. What's happening is your toxins are recirculating into your system. And that's a very bad thing. So we need to make sure this whole chain of reactions is taking place so our bodies can properly detox. Like we detox on a regular basis every single day. This is what our body is doing. But if we're not taking care of each system involved, the proper detox is not going to happen. And like in this case, your toxins go back in and start recirculating. So your liver processes your hormones, but your gut decides if they leave the body. Right? So again, how important is this gut of ours? You have a sluggish gut, your detox system's backed up. I mean, regardless. So root causes of this. Why is this so common? And it is so very common. One thing is most doctors aren't tying it back to the gut, right? So we try, you go to a specific doctor, like I'm just saying GI because, we're talking about the gut, but like you go to a GI doc because of something. And they're not taking the steps back to make sure you're doing everything else properly. But root cause why? Low fiber diet. This is a major one. A low fiber diet is so big. I mean, we've been, for years, doctors have talked about fiber.
Oh, yeah.
I remember from the day I could remember my dad taking Metamucil, which thank goodness he doesn't take that stuff anymore. He takes our fiber. But you need to be having enough fiber in your diet every single day. Processed foods. This is another thing. If we're eating processed foods, not only are they wrecking our body, they're not rich in fiber, regardless. Chronic stress. It's hard because our way, especially in America, is we're overworked and overstressed, and it's hard. So it's something you have to focus on and work on. Chronic antibiotic use. This is still a big one, even though I feel like so much information is out there that we don't just jump to an antibiotic because of how damaging it can be for how it wrecks your gut, basically kills all the good stuff. But still, if you go to the doctor for something, you're still more than likely to be put on an antibiotic.
Yeah.
And, rather than try to wait and let your body do what it's designed to do and fight it off.
Right.
Now, there's a time and a place for an antibiotic. I'm not like, shunning them completely, but I'm talking about overuse. And then toxins, our toxic exposure.
Sure. Which
is everything. And I was just listening to a podcast about, and I know you talk about this a lot, but about why Florida is so bad with the toxins because the golf courses. And they're saying it's not just like if you're golfing, if you're living by one, if you have the water runoff, they're saying it's in the air just because how heavily treated our golf courses are. So it was like, what were they saying? They were saying in Florida, they're seeing numbers of manganese extremely high, which is is very abnormal.
Right.
But they're saying it comes from the toxins.
Yeah.
That was just a side note.
Yeah.
So we're not like lacking in solutions of what do we do. We're lacking in a healthy gut environment and the education that is surrounded by it. So I'm going to talk about quick, simple fixes and then we'll wrap it up. How to help this with Live Good. Now, what do I have here? Okay, we have our probiotic gut support. And I still, when we train on this, I am trying to so hard. I don't want to be pushy, but let everybody understand that our probiotic gut support is so necessary for everybody. And this is why when I decided to do the foundational 5-pack, this is something that I feel is so important that everybody should be doing every single day. I feel the foundational 5-pack of ours is where everybody should start. And I don't have it all here, but the foundational 5-pack, the probiotic gut support's in there, our factor 4, our magnesium, our multivitamin, and our vitamin D3, K2. That is such a strong foundation. And I'm not like the gut is part of it. So, yeah, it restores balance, improves digestion, supports the immune system. I mean, all the stuff. I don't need to go into details, but again, if we're addressing our gut, all of their other bodily systems are operating properly. Then we need to feed the good bacteria, right? The fiber feeds it.
Yep.
Prebiotic support feeds beneficial bacteria. It helps us eliminate. Elimination is very important because, again, that's where we do eliminate all these toxins and this excess estrogen and everything we don't want our body to have. We need to be going to the bathroom daily. It really should be 1 to 3 times a day. So if that's not you, some people think that going to the bathroom every third day is normal.
Right.
That is not normal. That is not normal. 1 to 3 times a day, bowel movements. That is normal. And if you're not there, you guys, you've got to focus on this. You got to listen to me. So you have organic fiber. Probiotics add bacteria, and the fiber helps keep them alive. Think about that, right? Because you're feeding it. And then you have your support for the gut liver hormone axis. Factor 4, we talked about the inflammation. You need your omegas, but it helps cause the inflammation that damages the gut lining. Oh, I'm talking about gut lining too. I didn't think about collagen pull in, but I'll tell you that in a second. And then magnesium supports motility, our nervous system, right? Because what did I also talk about? A major player here was chronic stress. So you need to support your nervous system. That's the stress and gut connection. And then our collagen. So collagen, our gut lining is made up of collagen. So when you have if you want to say it's a leaky gut, right? I know it's not like a medical term, but it really is. If you want to just put it in layman's terms, it's a leaky gut, and your absorption's bad. Particles are leaching out into your system. It becomes very toxic. So if you take the collagen, making sure you're helping to repair the gut lining, right? It's a lot that goes into it, right? Again, it's such an important system. You can't just think you gotta I'm just taking a probiotic and I'm gonna be fine. You gotta do it all. And then make sure lifestyle, guys. This is also huge. You've got to be eating whole foods. You've got to be hydrating properly, and water alone doesn't hydrate you. So make sure you get the electrolytes. You got to work on stress management, and you've got to work on protein and fiber. Very, very important things, and they're not hard. Not like I'm not asking you to do these crazy back bends for lifestyle things. Take care of yourself. So to wrap it up, it's not an overnight fix. This is something like healing takes time, right? I know we all love quick fixes.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody expects the quick fix. Everybody wants one pill that's going to do it all. And we lose patience, but you have to be patient. And you have to, again, it's a healing process, and it heals in layers. So your digestion improves. If you have bloating or irregularity, that improves. Your energy is going to be a big one. Also start to notice next time you might have a stomach ache or something going on, how drained you feel, right? So energy improves, and your hormones, your brain, your skin.
Sure.
I mean, skin's related. I mean, you're detoxing, all that stuff. So do you see any questions?
Yeah, there's few. But I also know that Ben was recently talking about the gut support, where he was not using it when it first came out for quite a while, and then now he's just like, look, I don't know what else to say other than that since I started taking gut support, that his sleep has improved.
Yeah.
Which is like like you said, you're kind of hub and spoke deal, but like there's just a lot of different things that it's commanding and controlling or contributing to.
Right.
So having that gut support there, maintaining healthy gut microbiome, and increasing your digestion of the macronutrients and micronutrients is even a benefit because you have the digestive enzymes in there as well. So there's a lot of benefit for sure to the gut support.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about that. Because there was one time there Ben was asking, he's like, he also was with the school of thought, like you take your probiotic gut support for your gut, and if I'm going to the bathroom daily and I don't have bloating or anything going on, like I don't need it. So he was like, tell me why I need it. So like we told him, like, oh my gosh, are you kidding? You need it. And he started taking it, and he just noticed a little change, but it's a big change.
It can be a big change. It can be profound, actually. Yeah.
yeah. Did you
Yeah, can
can
you
you
see?
close attention? No,
I
well, I
can't.
can, but
My eyes are a little bit
um,
weak.
yeah. So easily everything can be ordered on our website or with someone's link. Um, quite a bit of photo. Sorry, I'm just gonna breeze through real. Someone's asking, does our pack that the packs have instructions with them? But yes, everything on our website. If you read the Learn More section of every product, you will learn more. Great. A lot of these people are saying they're taking the foundational 5 every day. Wonderful. Don't forget to add in that fiber. Um, yes, stress kills. That it does. All right. Well, I feel like these are a lot of
Unrelated things, right?
no, either unrelated
Just
or
comments.
or wonderful comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, love the comments, guys. So if you do have any questions pertaining to the topic, or if you have other questions about our other products, just make sure you email me and we'll address those together. So just remember, closing note, you can't truly fix your brain, your hormones, or your immune system if you ignore your gut. And when you fix the gut, you don't just feel better, you function better as a whole. You function better. So that should be enough for you guys to make sure you're doing this daily and addressing your gut health.
Awesome. Right on. All right, Lisa. Thank you so much for that training. That was super helpful.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you when? Next time.
Monday. We'll be here
See you
Monday.
next Monday, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.